Now, before we even go into the game, yes, I have not recapped the NBA playoffs since primarily the series against the Toronto Raptors against the Brooklyn Nets in the first round. That was like a month ago. But over my change of heart and the cause of a lot of doubt, we have the Miami Heat against the supposable favorites for the NBA Finals to begin with out of the Los Angeles Lakers. Well, we had a 3-1 lead choke, the Nuggets making it into the conference finals after the Blazers did last year, and they got swept. The Sixers and the Celtics blowing through a lot of expectation. The Pacers just absolutely getting mobbed up by us. And of course, when the most unlikely units of what's practically would have been a primordial like hustle team. And I see a lot of good potential. I like Duncan Robinson. I like Jimmy Butler. Jay Crowder is a great supporting piece. A great improving big out of Bam Adebayo. They call him Bam Bam, like some like nickname they put on a slave. Gordon Dragic that primarily should have been playing six man. His field goal average was barely any semblance of the word. He's a point guard, and here he is with no 3-point percentage. He scored only 6 points over his 14 minutes of play over the starting five. So you suspected more of a rotation, so they put up Tyler Hero to deal with the outside, and when it's like crunch hour, they give it over to Gordon Dragic. I don't like the minutes solution. Obviously, it's game one, so you suspect a bit of mistakes to be made, and of course lineups to at least be more experimented and determined. Because of course we're not in elimination parts of the game yet. It's only game one, so suspect the worst. The Miami Heat lose game one against the Los Angeles Lakers, 98 to 116, and what we had an opening of a 28 to something lead. They started off just utilizing the foul trouble, driving off LeBron, and then just everybody was hitting off contested shots, and then we just couldn't stop Alex Caruso. We were hustling up in plays where we were getting offensive rebounds and great dynamic finishes over Adebayo. Duncan Robinson has literally one of the better jump shots I've seen, and he's a big man. No, he ain't kidding. He plays the two. I swear, I thought he plays power forward. No, he plays the two guard, and he comes around hitting quick releases. He has good size. Gets around the ball handling, but I know they just put it out up for either Crowder or Adebayo. There was this one thing of Jimmy Butler attempting a contested layup over, I think, Kuzma, and he elbowed the hell out of him before we even went to halftime. And what the Lakers were leading 20 points up. I swear, we just let the game like completely fall apart as soon as we went up to the second half. One of the higher scorers were obviously Jimmy Butler, Jay Crowder, and Kendrick Nunn. 18 points, and I've barely seen him in most of the game, and he only played 19 minutes. They should fix that instead of trying to utilize like a waste of space like Kelly Olynyk. And the only drama out of this is because he played against the Cavs when LeBron was part of the Cavs and messed up Kevin Love's arm. So it's personal in that aspect. Udonis Haslam were not active, and sadly not Myers Leonard. And Kendrick Nunn should have a more primitive position. He was driving down the court and most of the offensive plays over the paint. I think it was way too forceful for Jimmy Butler. Yes, he won 50% from behind the arc, but he like attempted like probably two threes. He had 4 attempts, and he went 50%. So you know it's not that bad as you think. He had a good field goal percentage for a majority of the night, and most of them were just straightforward attacks over the paint or fadeaway shot. He got a couple good 3 pointers, and they're so good at moving the ball down the middle and then they'll try to fake it out to an outside pass to the corner. And I think that's how you should utilize like down the Heat's offense and keep the Lakers on their toes. I think that's the only thing itching out that can keep the Lakers from winning the finals. Because of course we have, of course, the news over what happened with Tyler Hero and Kuzma, with some chick and a kid, and LeBron James. Could he bring a championship to every team he's played with? He brought a championship, 2 championships to the Miami Heat, and he brought a championship for the Cavaliers back in 2016. And this is his second season missing the playoff, his second season with the Lakers and making it to the finals after his first season did not go so well. Too many young guys, a new system, and he was just not playing his best basketball. And Miami missed it and missed as well. So this is a shocker. The conference finals was a complete bust because it was obvious the Nuggets were not real competent to face off against a more playoff ready team. Yeah, Anthony Davis scored 34 points, and it's already that we hear about a player scoring higher than LeBron James. Because while LeBron was hitting up contested 3-pointers, just ducking out the ball, and he was just possessing the paint like he always does, Anthony Davis was just more all around. I think he got like a few and ones out the way. Good finisher around the court. I think there was even like as soon as half the quarter was about to end, like after a missed shot off I think Kuzma, a windmill dunk before we even ended I think the third quarter. So you know damn well the Lakers were just in their element coming the second half when they were like already in a double digit lead since we even ended when we were in the beginning of halftime. Danny Green, 37 from behind the arc for an outside shooter, and you only made 3 of them bitches, and you attempted 8. And most of the time he got elbowed by Jimmy Butler. I forgot. I thought that was Kuzma until I noticed his face. It just felt like he wanted to take a mean crap. Either way, he only scored like 11 points, and he only made a few 3-pointers. Most of the shots, I think another shot came off the line. There was only one highlight I can contend off of Contavious Coldwell Pope off a 4-point attempt off the corner, and most of the rest were just regular layups or whatever LeBron passes to him. Kuzma, I think there's quite a reason why you don't start. 3 points. 3 points. I mean, did he contribute anywhere else? Or else I'm just thinking too hard, man. Because you can't just score like 3 points and you suspect to contribute. The highest amount of assists came off LeBron with 9, and he's with 0. Only with 8 rebounds. And the most you can contribute off the hustle amount is either Dwight Howard, Anthony Davis, and LeBron James. I don't think JaVale is healthy. Is JaVale McGee? I don't think, because I don't see any hustle factor. Yes, you can obviously dish it out over Rajon Rondo. He can finish off with Markieff Morris that I forgot was part of the Lakers team. Jared Dudley that used to be a net. But they're not, like, I guess, utilizing weapons unless somebody's hurt. But underperformance off some of the supporting cast of the offensive team. You had some good putback scoring off Dwight Howard once. He only scored once. He had, like, at least 7 rebounds. Finished off with, I think, 2 blocks. It was literally just AD and LeBron James. I like the supporting pieces. Contavious Coldwell Pope does his way to finish and has some clever plays. I just don't feel like he should get a starting position that often. Kuzma needs to play really well come the next couple games because the hustle factor of the Miami Heat, the cardio, they're just the way they've been coached and the culture in Miami, they are willing to keep these guys in shape, do what they can to keep the positions in check, and plus they have a good all-around leader in Jimmy Butler. So don't mess around with the Miami Heat. You take them lightly, they will strike. That's kind of what I'm wishing for. But this is going to be the backbone. So hopefully the Lakers like try to not underestimate the Miami Heat for like game 2, or he can etch it out of just outpacing the Lakers, and that's gonna take a lot of trouble. You can stop a top. You have to stop a top rebounder in both Dwight Howard and Anthony Davis, and try to like shut him down. And I don't know if the double team's gonna be possible. And try to scare out Kuzma. That's practically it. I mean, there was also Alex Caruso. He came around with some finishes around the paint, hit an outside shot, dribbling. He got fouled like probably once or twice in the game, but he scored 10 points. Other than that, they were just finishing off and just shooting off threes. Other than LeBron just having a field day around the court, this was practically a one-sided affair. Obviously, this is an opening against two teams that literally changed their entire roster up, and of course, LeBron's first time in the finals in what since 2018. So this is a lot of stuff to go through, and the Miami Heat haven't made it since 2014. So there's going to be a lot of pressure, and of course, some probably a lineup change on tonight because the game two's on Friday. So hopefully, it becomes a way more competitive game. Like obviously, 116 to 98 isn't the best record, but I've seen some positives off of both of their lineups. I swear there's been good finishes around the Miami Heat. I just wish they capitalized more on their hustling plays because I like the roster. I do. Andre Iguodala gives it a nice veteran sample. Solomon Hill, Derrick Jones Jr. was just not in any shape or form like that useful on the lineup. He got stopped up a couple of times and he couldn't even get a good fast breaks going. And I hope we utilize fast breaks more on this team. I don't think that we're that big on the fast break. But yeah, this is my recap on Game 1 of the NBA Finals. I mean, I did the same thing for last year, so I'm going to try to keep it consistent this time, even though I have a lot more content in the way. But that's it for me.
You like that? You like